This is a story about hiding. Karen Wazen used to feel insecure about her eyes. She thought they were too big and too noticeable. So she hid them behind sunglasses. It was a simple insecurity, but it later became a business. That business has now opened a global flagship store at Dubai Mall, right next to some of the biggest luxury brands in the world. So how does a blogger from Beirut end up competing with major brands? And how does an influencer prove that she is more than just an influencer? This is the story of how Karen Wazen turned her biggest insecurity into a multi-million-dollar brand. Karen Wazen was born in Lebanon in 1987. She was always interested in fashion, but she was also very thoughtful and private. Surprisingly, she didn't study fashion or marketing. She studied psychology. She even earned a master's degree in psychotherapy from Regent's University in London. But in 2016, everything changed. After getting married, Karen moved to Dubai. She was alone in a new city, so she started a blog. She called it Karen's Choice. The blog wasn't only about fashion or perfect outfits. She talked about her real life, marriage, motherhood, confidence. She also openly talked about her struggles. Karen struggled with vitiligo. She also struggled with her weight. At one point, she even followed a crash diet before an influencer trip, only to gain the weight back later. While the industry expected influencers to look perfect, Karen chose to be honest. She later said, "The fake it till you make it mindset is not for the long run." So, how does a blogger become a businesswoman? It started with her eyes. Karen was insecure about them, so she wore sunglasses. They made her feel more confident. She felt like sunglasses gave her a superpower. Then she had an idea. If sunglasses helped her feel more confident, maybe they could help other women too. She also noticed a gap in the Middle Eastern market. There were expensive luxury sunglasses that could cost around $600, and there were cheaper glasses that cost around $20. But there wasn't much in between. So, in 2018, she launched Karen Wazen Eyewear. But Karen didn't do it alone. Her husband, Elias Bakhazi, was working as a banker at HSBC. He had a safe and successful career. Karen wanted to grow the business, but she needed someone who understood money and numbers. So Elias made a huge decision. He left a 15-year banking career to manage the finances of his wife's eyewear company. That decision changed everything. It was a big risk. Karen focused on the creative side of the business. Elias focused on the financial and business side, and the brand started growing quickly. Soon, Karen Wazen Eyewear had stores in the UAE, Lebanon, and even duty-free locations. Celebrities like Hailey Bieber, Lipa and Kristen Bell were also seen wearing the brand's sunglasses. But Karen didn't want to be known only as an influencer who had launched a product. She wanted to build a real retail brand. She believed that this was the era of regional brands. Her next major move was a partnership with Egypt's Baraka group. Together, they made a big push into the North African market. They planned to open 15 new stores across Egypt. The move was a success, with thousands of pairs of sunglasses sold in Egypt alone. Then came one of Karen's biggest achievements. She opened a flagship store at Dubai Mall. For Karen, this was a huge moment. She admitted that she once felt a space like this was only for the biggest international brands. She didn't think her brand was big enough, but she built it anyway. The store is more than just a place to buy sunglasses. It has a modern stainless steel design, a photo booth, and a space where people can come together and enjoy the brand. This was the moment Karen started moving from being a content creator to becoming a true founder. And now, she wants the brand to become bigger than her own name. She wants people to wear Karen Wazen sunglasses without even knowing who she is. As she said, seeing people wearing her glasses without knowing who she is feels really special. Karen Wazen once used sunglasses to hide from the world. Now, she is using them to show the world who she is. But this story was never just about selling sunglasses. It was about building something that could last. A legacy, not just a following. As a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, Karen is also using her influence for causes beyond fashion. She has shown that the Middle East doesn't have to depend on international brands to create its own successful names. And her advice is simple. Nothing you build is easy. There is no successful person who hasn't worked hard for it. Sometimes, the thing you are most insecure about can become your biggest strength. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.